See that? 104,000. More than you can sell in the first week with 3 Grammys. You see that? That's what happened when you what? Lie on your dead mama. 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 Nah.
Megan Thee Stallion really started to gain fame with her car freestyles in 2017. Megan had a lot going for her at the time. She was pretty, she was a black girl, she was in college, she was a party girl, and she knew how to twerk. So people really resonated with Megan because they saw themselves in her. Fast forward, it's 2018. Megan signs with 1501 Certified Entertainment, a label that's owned by former baseball player Carl Crawford. And at this time, Carl Crawford partnered with his friend T. Ferris to help run his label, and T. Ferris was the one that really was hands-on with Megan's career, while Carl was doing the funding of her career. Also, at the time, Megan's late mom, Holly, was her manager and her right-hand woman. And in 2019, Megan was able to secure her first major collaboration with Nicki Minaj after begging on Instagram Live. And you guys remember Megan saying, "Don't run from me, friend." I can't even say it like how she said it, but if only Nicki Minaj knew and ran as fast as she could. But you know, she didn't run, so here we are.
You.
OMG!
How are you, Mama? Hey.
Listen. Oh my fucking gosh. We are gagging right now. We are dead.
Hey.
Yes, we love you. Oh my gosh. Stop fucking playing with us. Say one wrong thing, bitch. No, one motherfucking wrong thing. I'm gonna go write some shit.
Okay, so you need to stop because
what?
Stop because anything I say, that I just be having to stay quiet.
No, see, because
no, I know, but from you it's fine. But for me, child, I can't say nothing. I'm not allowed to say shit. And tomorrow she's gonna be in LA.
And I'm pulling up, so don't run for me, friend. Don't run for me, friend.
Hot Girl Summer by Megan, Nicki Minaj, and Ty Dolla $ign would end up being a smash hit and debuted at number 11 on Billboard. It was a major move in Megan's career because a Nicki Minaj cosign means everything to the rap girls, and the Hot Girl Summer phrase became a cultural movement that put Megan in the spotlight and pushed her to the mainstream media. At the time, the general public did not know that Nicki had done this song for free, and all she asked of Megan was to come on Queen Radio for a show. I remember Nicki stating that she felt like Megan was an opportunist, but unfortunately Nicki did not go with her first instinct of staying away, and she got burned for it. Megan ended up ghosting Nicki and eventually dissing her on records.
I remember somebody that I associated myself with. And I remember telling someone else, this person just seems like an opportunist to me. And we talked about it and blah, blah, blah. That's why you have to remain on your path no matter what. You understand? I remember the phone was on speakerphone, and this person was promising, if you do A, I'll do B. I said, okay, because that's the only, on one condition, I literally use this term, on one condition that you do B, right? And they was hopping and skipping around, yes. And when the day came, after I had already done everything that I promised to do, when the day came, they pretended like they had never said that. Didn't respond to my texts. And started shading me on social media.
And during the pandemic in 2020, Megan scored her second major co-sign with Beyonce. The original Savage song had gone viral on TikTok, and the remix featuring Beyonce would eventually reach #1 on Billboard Hot 100. Everything, and I mean everything, seemed to be going well for Megan. She had managed to score 2 major co-signs with Nicki Minaj and Beyonce in less than a year. Then out of the blue, we start hearing that Megan is having label issues and wants to restructure her contract with 1501.
When I signed, I didn't really know what was in my contract. I was young. I think I was like 20. And I didn't know everything that was in that contract. So when I got with Roc Nation, I got management, real management. I got real lawyers. And they was like, do you know that this is in your contract? And I was like, oh, damn, that's crazy. No, I didn't know. So I'm not mad at 1501. I wasn't upset because I'm thinking in my head, oh, well, everybody cool. We all family. It's cool. It's nice. Let me just ask them niggas to renegotiate my contract. Soon as I said I want to renegotiate my contract, everything went left. Like, it just all went bad. It all went left. So now they telling the bitch that she can't drop no music. It's really just like a greedy game. Like, it's really just real greedy. Wasn't trying to lead a label. Wasn't trying to not give nobody money that they feel like they entitled to. I just want to renegotiate some shit.
At the time, I did think to myself, why would any label, even if you're a small label that's just starting up, renegotiate/restructure a contract within 2 years of the artist signing? It makes no sense, okay? You don't even have to be in the music industry to know that once you sign a contract, especially a 360 deal, that it's damn near impossible to get out of the contract. Unless the label decides to drop you or you have a major label like Roc Nation backing you. Megan's contract for a newbie in the music industry, based on what I've seen and heard, was not a bad contract whatsoever. Her mom, Holly, actually did her a solid and really helped in making her be able to earn something from her first official contract, because how many new acts can claim that they have a 60-40 deal? 1501 Certified Entertainment got to keep 60% of Megan's recording revenue and 30% of her touring and merchandise income. But most artists, unlike Megan, will tell you they're in a messed up 360 deal where the label works them like a slave and they get peanuts in return, and basically the label penny pinches everything that they do. So whatever they do inside music and outside of music, the label is collecting a portion of that, and it's usually a big chunk. And in my opinion, and this is all allegedly by the way, once T. Ferris snaked Carl Crawford by taking Megan over there to Roc Nation for management, Megan saw another opportunity to climb up the social ladder. Because why stick with 1501 and Carl if you can have Jay-Z and Beyonce Beyonce as your uncle and auntie. And the crazy thing is, Megan was calling 1501 greedy in her live, but in actuality, she's the greedy one that let the music industry get into her head. Because where was Rock Nation when you were rapping on a street corner next to a car? Where was Rock Nation when you were living in an apartment? Where was Rock Nation when you needed someone to believe in your artistry and actually put money behind it to boost your career to the next level? Now that you've gained some followers on Instagram and you got the Nicki Minaj and Beyonce cosign, all of a sudden 1501 is greedy and Carl is bullying you and he's committing fraud. Make it make sense. Let's be honest, okay guys? I'm not in Carl's pockets. I don't know what he's worth, but I'm pretty sure the man is set for life. I'm pretty sure his generation is going to be good because Carl made a lot of money as a baseball player, okay? Look up his net worth, okay? He's made a lot of money. What would he gain from committing fraud? I'm sorry, Megan, you weren't making him that much money. Like, what would he gain from actually like being fraudulent to you? Okay, sometimes we have to think about things and make it make sense, okay? I'm not saying it's above somebody committing fraud, but like, what would Carl really truly gain from taking from this woman that's not really making him any money at this point, okay? Before even the Nicki Minaj cosign, I would have respected Megan more if she would have flat out said, I don't want to be on 1501 anymore and I want out. Simple and sweet. That way all Megan and 1501 had to do was meet in court and call it a day. 1501 and Megan would eventually settle in court as of October 2023, but the settlement terms are sealed. And Carl, of course, is still pissed about T. Ferris and Megan backdooring him by moving to his competition, but I think Carl will be just fine because sometimes the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and Megan will soon figure that out.
My God Almighty, I call heaven and earth to be a record today. That Rock Nation, you will crumble.
The year 2020 had a lot of highs and lows for Megan. On one hand, she had the Beyonce cosign, she had the Cardi B WAP, but on the other hand, she was always drinking, always partying, always on quarantine radio with Tory Lanez, chasing clout, and then she ended up shot by Tory, allegedly, after a drunk night. Now, Tory is in prison and Megan is looking for her next come up. Megan, in my opinion, absolutely missed the mark after Tory Lanez was found guilty. She was supposed to come back with a smash hit or collab. Instead, she featured on Cardi B's song Bongos. And of course, they were talking about sex per usual, no depth, no substance whatsoever. Then she followed that up with her single Cobra. And I think Cobra was supposed to be about her depression and suicidal thoughts, but then in the same breath, she was talking about her poom poom being depressed. Like, how do the two correlate? I don't know, but there's something missing with Megan. Why does every song you have to eventually deviate to your private regions and talking about sex? Like, why is that with every single song you do? Like, can we get one heartfelt song without Megan talking about her poom poom or being almost naked or leaving little to the imagination? Then Megan followed up with the diss song Hiss. And of course, Hiss went #1 due to Nicki Minaj dragging Megan for the Megan's Law line, and she dragged her for days. And aside from that line, I'll be honest, you guys, that song is not memorable. It had no replay value, which is why it slid off the charts so quickly. And in my opinion, Megan chickened out against Nicki Minaj and she fumbled the bag. This was Megan's moment to show that she's #1 in female rap, but instead she kept quiet and tucked her tail. And I'll be honest, you guys, I lost a little respect for Megan Thee Stallion in this moment, because if you are really hip-hop like you claim, you should have rose to the occasion and responded back to Nicki Minaj, even if it's a weak response. Megan let that lady punk her, and I don't care what anybody says, and unfortunately she can't come back from that. You talk talked all of that smack on Hiss just to go mute when you were called to the carpet. That is not hip hop. That is not hip hop. That is weak. Megan missed her moment and she missed the mark. But moving right along, I do notice that throughout Megan's time in the industry, she has not evolved musically as an artist. A lot of people do wish Megan would diversify her sound and flow, but Megan has had the same flow all of these years, and her subject matter has always been about her pum pum and sleeping with men. I think it's a little too late to ask Megan to diversify her flow or subject matter because it's what her hotties want. Or at least that's what she says they want. But unfortunately for Megan, people are tired of whole music. And when she started out, she was in her early or mid 20s. And now she's almost 30 years old, which means a lot of her audience are also out of college. And some of them have ventured into motherhood or fatherhood or career paths. They're not trying to twerk. And Megan, you have to grow and evolve with your audience, okay? You just need to find inspiration from other places and find things that are worthy of rapping about, okay? And Megan also does claim to not be a TikTok artist, but if you notice, some of her biggest hits like Savage, Thought-ish, and Mamushi, her most current hit, are all TikTok songs. I already told you guys, if you are a musician, the last thing you want is for your song to go viral on TikTok, because TikTok does not equal to album sales, it does not equal to tickets being sold, and it does not mean that people actually are interested in your music in the long run. And let's ask people like Coi Leray how TikTok is treating them after their smash hit players. Megan's music has not evolved, and the proof is in her album sales. Let's go down the list of her first week album sales. Good News sold 100K, Traumazine sold 63K, and Megan sold 64K, even with a #1 hit. For someone who has Roc Nation and Warner Music Group backing them, Megan should be further in her career. She says she's independent, but at the same time signed to a big distribution company like WMG. Like, how is that independent? Not to mention, Jay-Z is also looking out for her over there at Roc Nation. It makes no sense how Megan is heavily pushed and promoted, but yet she still can't scrape up 100K sales on an album post-pandemic. Let's not forget that this woman is a three-time, yes, I said a three-time Grammy Award winner with a Nicki Minaj, a Beyonce, and a Jay-Z co-sign. The math is not mathing, and her current album told me all I needed to know. Megan, you are stagnant and you have to reevaluate everything. Social media hype does not and will not equal to actual sales. Bot fans and sales are also being removed, so a lot of these artists are showing us what they're really made of. People are getting exposed for using bots, including Megan Thee Stallion, which is why her latest album did not do so well, because they took away those fraudulent bot sales. I think Megan needs to take a step back and really think about what's going on with her career. Why am I stagnant? Why is it only a 1,000 difference from my last album to my current album, but yet and still I had all of this promotion, I had the sympathy, I had the #1 hit that everybody was going up for? Like, what is going on? She tried to cut corners by linking with people simply for the benefit to advance her career. Yes, her career has advanced with trophies, but has it advanced with people genuinely supporting her music and buying tickets to her shows? And unfortunately, the answer is no. One thing that really disturbed me was Megan being the face for the hashtag Hoes for Harris during a presidential election. Megan is a major artist. That was beyond embarrassing. She shouldn't have been up there with a crop top on. Like, why? Of all the things that they could have had you doing for this presidential election, they had you up there in a crop top. stop. And you're singing Mamushi. This is what they mean by they think black people are idiots. So they pander to black people. And we have Megan up there, and now there's a hashtag hoes for Harris because they think you're the leader of the hoes. This is beyond embarrassing, Megan. What are you doing? And your music, Megan, should be staying on the charts for months, not just weeks, okay? I know people like to think that if you made it to #1 that means it's a hit. No, it's not a hit if it slides in just a few weeks. It needs to be consistent and stay on the charts for months. Why does she need collaborations before the songs stick on Billboard? You should think about that, Megan, because I don't get it. What's the missing piece with the Megan Thee Stallion music career? Everything seems to be going fine, quote unquote, but in actuality, if you look deeper, it's really not, because this woman is stagnant and I don't understand what's going on. Why do you guys think people no longer resonate with the Megan Thee Stallion's music, and why do you think people think she's fake? Okay, did the Nicki Minaj curse strike again, or did it not? You guys let me know. But I do think Megan will be fine, but she does need to diversify her music. She needs to get a new producer other than Juju on the beat, and she needs to get people to resonate with her personality again, be that fun girl once again, because her public perception has definitely taken a hit since 2020, and she's deemed to be an opportunist and a wave rider. I mean, she hopped on the 1501 wave, she hopped on the Nicki Minaj wave, the Beyonce wave, the Cardi B wave, the Glorilla wave, and now she's hopping on the overseas Japanese wave with Mamushi, and I heard she's coming out with a BTS song. I mean, hop on these waves, because Megan's music unfortunately isn't really selling, and I know Rock Nation would like for people to perceive that it is, but it's really not. I'm sorry, it's not. I do hope that Megan does find her happy medium, because all of this fake social media love from people who will not buy Megan's music when it counts can be quite disheartening, especially for a 3-time Grammy Award winner. Okay, it makes no sense. But you guys, tell me what you thought about the topic that we discussed today, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.